talking to one another, this is a word. Backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to read the question. You need to read with using your eyes. And choose wisely. We are all now starting with question 1. In order to grow, Abdul Rahman, are you at question 1? In order to grow, plants need A, water, sunlight and soil. B, water, food and sun. Or C, sun, a bath and soil. Number 1, please don't just follow the screen. Choose your answer. Question 2. Here we have to drag and drop and find the word that completes the sentence the best. When soil and water conditions are right, a seed can grow or germinate. Please choose the correct answer. When soil and water conditions are right, the seed can, is it grow or is it germinate? And click on next. Number 3. Which part of the plant forms seeds? Which part of the plant forms seeds? Is it A, roots, B, cones, or C, stems? Roots, cones, or stems? Which part produces the seed? In other words, makes the seed. Okay, we go now for number 4. We have to match each vocabulary word with the correct definition. Now, I'm going to first read the word and then the definition. We're going to have to find the definition for life cycle, reproduce, and germinate. Life cycle, reproduce, and to germinate. Now think first, what does each of those words mean to you? A life cycle, to reproduce, or to germinate. Now I'm going to read the definition and think which one will match the word. First definition, to grow from a seed to a young plant. Will it be life cycle, reproduce, or germinate? To grow from a seed to a young plant. Now, second definition, to make more of an organism's own kind. To make more of an organism's own kind. Is it life cycle, reproduce, or to germinate? And then the last definition, how a certain organism grow and reproduce. How a certain organism grow and reproduce. It is life cycle, reproduce, or germinate. Reread it, make sure it really matches. Way, match, please. If you are sure, you can click on it. Okay, we're going to click on the right option in the drop-down box below. Now again, boys and girls, it's always best, as I read, to open it. It won't go now. Bird, insect, other animal, and the wind carry, is it pollen or honey, from one flower to another. I'm going to repeat the sentence. Bird, insect, other animal, and the wind carry pollen or honey from one flower to another. Make your choice. This is called germination or pollination. Make your choice. What are you two doing? Excuse me. I don't want to see you sitting with your iPad like this. It's on your desk like normal. This is called germination or pollination. Make your choice. And click on next. Now again, boys and girls, when we do true and false, so many of you make silly mistakes because you guess. You don't really read each word. When I'm doing true and false, remember, I can just change one word in the sentence to another. And you think, oh, but I know that sentence in my book, but you don't really read, and I change one of the words, and then you get it wrong. So when we read true and false, really, really read each word. Choose true and false for each statement. Ali, you're not looking at your screen, and I'm doing this for you. All plants have flowers, fruit, and seeds. True or false? Make your choice. All plants have flowers, fruit, and seeds. Choose. second one. Some plants make cones that contain seeds. Some plants make cones that contain seeds. The meaning of contain is to keep seeds, to keep them inside those cones. True or false? Some plants make cones that contain seeds. True or false? Third one. Leaves make seeds. True or false? Leaves make seeds. And our last one. All plants have a life cycle. True or false? All plants have a life cycle. True or false? For those who did the quiz on their own, you park your right packages and you sleep on your off. Okay, boys and girls, number 7. Here's a few words to drag and drop. We have 4 choices. There's only 3 that's correct. I'm first going to read the words from the box so that you can see what your choices are. And then I will read the sentences. And remember, I'm giving you advice on how to always do this. If I have to choose and there's more to choose from than I have to have, I read the words first before I read the sentences. So if I've met, I'm going to call your mother. Stop that. If you don't, you sleep. But you do not talk to others. Now the words we can choose from is reproduction, germination, pollen, life cycle. Those are your 4 choices. Reproduction, germination, pollen, life cycle. Again, I think, what does those words mean to me? Without looking even. And now we start reading the sentences. All plants undergo blah blah blah, growth, blah blah blah, and death. Then birth starts over again. So those are the ones you need to fill in. So again, all plants undergo, will it be reproduction, germination, pollen, or life cycle? Growth, will it be reproduction, germination, pollen, or life cycle? And this. Then the what? Start over again.
What means under?
Undergo. Go through it. To undergo means to go through it. All plants undergo then the over again. Other those who are busy. No going to the toilet during meals. Rule. And then read it to yourself to make sure it makes sense before you press on next. All plants undergo something. They grow. Growth means to grow. Then something happens, and then they die. Then the what starts over again. Question 8. there's flying again, which is not part of the plant's life cycle. Germination, growth, losing a branch in a storm. So look carefully, which is not part of the plant's life cycle. Reading here is extremely important. Which is not part of the plant's life cycle. A, germination, B, growth, or C, losing a branch in a storm. And our last question, number 9, which plants reproduce using cones? Which plants reproduce using cones? A, conifers, B, flowering plants, or C, potatoes? I'm reading for you, and you think it's right. I'm going to call you now to show you your result, when you see what I mean. Which plants reproduce using cones? A, conifers, B, flowering plants, or C, potatoes? Liana Maya. If you're happy, check if you've answered all your questions. And click on submit. As we start, go back to question 7 and 9. Finish the first. Yeah, so you should have waited and listened and read with me. Model Sunday, are you busy working?